All right, guys, what's going on? I am so sorry that I am a bit late. It is really hot in here. Now, last year we had a big fish die off when it got hot. It got 114 degrees, and even with an air conditioner in like a window mounted unit, couldn't keep it couldn't keep it cool. Well, today it is around 95, 96 in the shade, and then we have a black asphalt roof, which is ridiculous and terrible. Whoever thought of that was a good idea. And so I just went into the fish room to do an afternoon check, and I have dead fish. The fish tank water is up in the like high 80s right now. So I had to put in some air stones, and I had frozen a couple water bottles just in case, but I actually dumped both trays of ice cubes as well because it was that serious of a heat situation. So I'm supposed to be contributing to an auction on Skipper's channel this weekend, and sticklebacks were one of the things that I was going to bring. And sticklebacks outside right now in the pond have not been making it. Now, there's some that are maybe hiding down low, but all the adults that I could see were floating at the top this afternoon. So that's a real bummer. I mean, when it gets this hot in Washington, we see fish die out in the wild too. It's not normal for Washington. The last 5 or 6 years, we've had so many days in the summer that are, maybe we get one day of 95 degrees, one day maybe hit 100 somewhere in the region, and that would be it. And then we'd get maybe 5 or 10 days right around 90, and then most of the days would be 85 as kind of a hot day in a summer in Seattle for the last 150 years that records have been kept. But the last 5 to 10 years, more and more now, we're seeing like 10 days over 95, or 3 or 4 days over 100, and some days that are going up to 108, 110, somewhere in there in the suburbs and stuff, or in the center of the city where the heat island effect happens. So yeah, I'm stressed about that, but I'd rather come hang out with you guys. I can't really do anything about it, what's going on in the fish room right now, other than I got all the air stones going and everything like that. So today I just wanted to do question and answer, stuff like that. Obviously, the baby Megalodon actually died. Yeah, there was I had 6 I was going to give away. They were really cute. They're like this big. They're called mini Megalodons. Freshwater shark. Live about 400 million years. But they got hot in the car, and so I can't do that whole shtick. So just ignore the thumbnail today, and let's just talk about some fish. So, what is everybody up to? I've been wearing this shirt a lot whenever I'm making a video, and you know why? Because I want you not to forget to like and subscribe. So what's going on, guys? Who's in here today? Who's in here today? Today is the greatest day I've ever known. This town is too hot. Slossers, Patty's Petite Tanks. What's going on? Cosman, Baby Shark, do. Baby Shark, do. What is up? Phoenix Star. Sounds like a newspaper and maybe a hippie child's name. So welcome. L Fish Tanks, or maybe EL, or maybe it's EA if they're 2 capital I's. But hello, welcome. Thank goodness for basement fish rooms. Seattle has not that many basements. If you have a basement in Seattle, it's most likely a daylight basement where your house was built on a steep hill, and you have a sliding glass door or something like that. Yeah, Patty, that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling a little also loopy from it. I mean, I've got a little AC unit, and I have to say it was thanks to, if you guys remember, the guy used to come around from time to time, Alexander Engelhart, literally was like, here's $378. Go buy yourself an AC unit. 2 years ago now, I think, when I was just dying of heat one day, and I was streaming from my car in the carport, and I was just like, uh, I am, uh, and he rescued me, and that has made a big difference. It's actually helped a lot on the days that are not like crazy hot, but the days that are in the high 80s and stuff, where the fish room just tends to get warm enough to be stressful for the fish. It's helped that too. This one little window unit, our house is only 850 square feet, so it actually, if we close the bedroom door, the bathroom door, and then I leave the fish room door open, it actually kind of knocks everything down about 15 degrees or so. But yeah, let's see who else is in here. And Patty did a super chat, a super duper chat. Thank you so kindly. I really appreciate that, Patty. Thank you, my dear. You are so sweet. Jeff Kane, what's going on? Kane, Maine. Coro works. It's only 106, but we've been super lucky with our AC this year. Nice. Monster Fish Gal, Lori, what's going on? How are you? Cody V, ahoy hoy. Wilson Zapata Gonzalez, man of the people. I take it you are, you don't speak okay, so he says he doesn't speak English, but he wants to say hi from Colombia. So, saludos desde Americanas. No habla, what is it, Spanish? Donnie Wolf, what's up? How are you, man? Looks like I'm gonna lose a bet of yourself. Oh, bummer. Ate too many frozen baby brine shrimp. Now he seems like he can't pass it. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. You could try mashing up the center of a green pea and try to feed him that. You probably know that old trick, but that's the only thing I can really think of that sometimes flushes them out. If you can get them to eat at that point. John Monroe, what's up? You want me to send you a dozen of the Megalodons? Well, I only had 6 to begin with. So if you want cooked Megalodon fry, I got you. Let's see here. Jose Torres, what's up? There's a really good video that shows the salmon swimming up the Columbia River during one of these hot summers, and they look like zombies. It's awful, Coro says. Yeah, it is insane. The Cedar River and the Green River here in Seattle and Duwamish, I also believe, which doesn't really exist anymore. It's like a canal and then a dead end. But they actually have been opening floodgates and fire hoses to oxygenate the water, because on days like this, it's just too hot for the salmon. Salmon did not evolve to tolerate this heat, and they're suffocating in the water quickly. It's really a bummer. But yeah, Eurogupper says, not to get political, how is it still a hot topic? But how can some still deny climate change and global warming? Well, I don't know. Father Fish doesn't believe in it. But if you read scientific evidence, if you read the journals, if you read climate publications of any sort in science, it's not even a question whether it's happening amongst anybody. I mean, there's nobody out there that's getting peer reviewed that is questioning it. But the thing is it human? How bad would it be if humans weren't here, all that kind of stuff. That I feel like is where the debate has shifted to. But to me, it's not that important whether it's human or not, because we're all in a ship that's sinking. So do we want to argue about who put the hole in the bottom of the boat, or do we want to plug the hole? And that's what concerns me more, is do we really even know how to plug the hole? I mean, it seems pretty clear that carbon emissions does have something to do with it. The unfortunate thing is that climate people that are on the left have made a lot of little virtue signaling, money grabbing projects that have to do with carbon sequestration and showing off and pretending like they care while they're not really doing anything. And it makes everything look bad. And I mean, people just need to focus on the science and ignore the left and the right, because they're both just dragging down the topic, and they're distracting from the issue, while any industry and billionaire wants you to be watching the match at the tennis court, watching the ball go back and forth, and not to be paying attention to them ripping up the tennis court under your feet, So that's my opinion on it. But yeah, when we see the coral reefs that we made this summer lose the rest of the Floridian coral reefs, all of them in one summer, it's appalling. It's so sad. All right. Matt, what's going on? Good to see you. First Class Fish, what's up? Adam McReynolds. Patty was first in chat, just saying. Well, Patty, you are a trendsetter. What can I say? Randy Hensley, what's going on? Nathan Hovey, what's up? Nano Aquarium Guy, Craig's Catfish Cave, Pete Berlinski, Aquarium Plant Man. Let's see here. Hoved Aquatics. And, Nick Everest. Hello, welcome. Outside in Aquatics, what's going on? Marco, $5 for a Megalodon. Okay. Eurogubber says, Secret Nerd, Alex, Fish Street. Ordered 2 cookie jar. Wait. Coro says, get this thing over here. I ordered 2 cookie jar that I'm going to attempt a Pico reef in very, very gradually. Very cool. I don't know enough about that stuff, but I mean, I've seen others pull off similar things, and I have faith in you. Very cool. John, I'm glad you liked the thumbnail. I'm glad it was bait that reeled you in. Patty, you're on the 3rd floor. That sucks, especially if it's the top floor or one of the top floors. In those old French mansions and stuff that are on, that kind of look like brownstones from New York, but they're in Paris. The block homes that are 5 or 6 stories tall, and they all have a penthouse on top, a basement, and then they've got basically 4 floors in between all of that, or 3 floors in between all of that, depending on the style. And glass atriums up top and stuff. Those actually, like the high up units were the ones that you could get cheaper for like artists and stuff, because they got so hot in the summer, like 120, 130 degrees Fahrenheit, even on like an 80-degree day. It was like ridiculous. Amisa, what's going on? Good to see you, my friend. Linda Worth, hello. Blind in Shadow, Espanol. Oh, yeah, that's what I should have said. I'm way behind. Let me try to catch up. Reduced Capacity 1, hello. Algorithm, hello. Shady Grady. What's new, Shady Grady? Adam McReynolds. We've been lucky here lately. Extreme out. I can't read. It's only 68 here currently. Well, that's a nice summer day, I suppose. Epsom salt. Yeah, that is another way to help make your bettas poopy. Make them clean them out. I wonder if baby oil has any application. I'd be scared to apply baby oil in any way other than like literally grabbing the fish and like eyedroppering it into its mouth or something. Even then, I don't know if that's advisable. I'm not advising that, guys, but I'm just saying it would probably make it so you're basically throwing a hot dog down a wet hallway as far as lubricating that system. Uh, let's see here. TFI Aquatics, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. I wish I had a soundboard with the effects buttons. Jason from Redfish Bluefish, he just bought an old reel-to-reel track player that is from the 70s, and he can do like looping effects and like all the original like pre Moog or Moog, however you want to say it, effects board stuff. And so he can be like, hi, 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 and then you can like turn that into MIDI key inputs and stuff later. Pretty cool. Nathan Ovi says, I'm sorry I haven't said personal hellos. Looking for more fry. Just got home. Was feeding tanks. And no, super tiny fry. Priscilla Tetras, Australian rainbows, yo-yo loaches, and Chinese algae eaters. Biters. Chinese algae biters. This local Pet Smart by my house was selling Chinese algae eaters as what did they call them? Thai water puppies. And then it said like eat algae. And I was like, what is this crap? Just no one wants to buy the algae eating flying fox monsters you're trying to sell them. I also saw another what do you call it, advertisement for, unfortunately, red finned catfish at the local pet store, which is a bummer around here, especially because almost anybody around here in Seattle is not going to have the space for that fish. If they do, they're probably very wealthy, or they have like a pool that's somehow indoors and like a nice pool or something. I've just yet to see many people with big tanks, anything over 200 gallons. And you need like 1,000-gallon tank for one of those when it's an adult. Christian, Christian, Yepes or Yippe, 22. Well, welcome. What's up, brother Christian? Also, Jesus Herrera, Goen G, Paradox Playground. Hello. Megalodons are great when they sit on a Ritz cracker. All right, good to know. Liquid Zoo, what's up, Matt? Hope you're doing well. Hey, guys, go to fishfam.link, by the way, if you haven't been there, and then you'll see that like Bentley's streaming right now. I stole his spot, and you guys are choosing to be here, and poor Bentley. I hope people watch his replay, but don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Anyhow, not desperate or anything. Let's see here. Debbie Sunset, hello, my dear. I hope you are doing well. Goen G, Jeff Kane again. Who else is hiding in here that I haven't seen yet? Stephen White, what's up? How's it going? And Ayan, or Ian, what's up? Alex taught me rainbows come from Australia. Right on, yeah. And Papua New Guinea and the Aru Islands and in between that area. Surf City Cichlids, USA. Hello. Happy Tuesday to you as well. First Class Fish. You're saying hi to Michelle? Okay, I didn't see Michelle yet, so I'm glad you said hi, because now I can say, hey, Michelle. Paradox Playground. I didn't even read the title until I was already on. Yeah, well, maybe I'm gonna post some videos where the titles just make no sense. Oh, there's Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Honestly, a deshelled pea has worked best for me to clear out a bad. Yeah, me too. Feed peas parboiled. Yep, and you just cut open the pea and take that soft little center piece, mush it up, and ta-da! Mm. Wow, there's somebody that I'm going to time out because of, and I hope there's no sincerity and just bad social skills, but timing that person out. All right, let's see. Hey, Irene, what's up? Hope you're doing well. It's 37 Celsius, 98 here in Alberta with a heat warning. Yeah, that's almost identical to here right now, which is a bummer. And Seattle proper, I think it's like 90 or 92, but literally the difference between living uphill 7 miles or whatever, the airport's down at sea level. I'm at like a spot where the water stops, and then there's like a cliff, and it's like a 300 or 400 foot elevation gain there, and then there's some rolling hills, and then it dips off again. Well, right after the peak of that hill, it goes to Lake Washington, about 4 or 5 miles inland from the Puget Sound, and in that little strip there, we get funky weather, and they call it a convergence zone. Cave of Wonders, what is going on? I hope you're doing well. All right, I need to just get, yeah, Coro, why are you not a mod? I can't change that at the moment with the way things are set up on my end, but I need to. Jess, what's up? Where I am, they sell common pleco with no warning of how huge they get. Yep, that is the same with me here. The rubber lip and the normal one. I don't know why they can't just switch to selling Ancestris. That alone would really help things. Let's see here. Reduced capacity. Watched show today, and plecos are being turned into dog treats. Well, good. Trust and obey. What's up? Brandon, what's up? Oh, you got Bentley up on your screen and me. Interesting. Very interesting. JTTR, what is going on, man? Good to see you. Hello, sexy yourself. Little Eddie said he didn't want his daddy. Look, he wasn't no good kid. When he threatened to life with a switchblade knife. Oh my God, what's the guy? Makes you cry. I did. Gloria, no one is amused. Yeah, Gloria. 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 Why am I still not at the bottom of chat? Man, I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Oh, somebody banned him. Boom. Ban hammered. Donnie Wolf, he isn't gonna eat. Ah, bummer. Silly betta. Won't do what's good for him. You know, I hate, is this just me? But sometimes when I see a fish that's like really swollen because it's like got dropsy or it's got a blockage internally with its guts, I just want to like just like squeeze it just a little, just like come on, like I can like just and it's like a zit or something. Like, oh God, sorry about that image. Oh, uh, but yeah, I like that somehow. Don't do that though. Don't ever do that. Any suggestions to keep birds away from tubs? Yeah, Nancy, I have that same problem with the great blue herons and egrets and different green heron, and eagles, ospreys. The ospreys won't come down unless there's something like sizable. But yeah, I have that same problem, and I don't have a good answer other than denying them a way to land, like putting wires across up in the air, like over a fenced off area, every about yay wide. Whatever the wingspan is of the smallest bird that is going to come and be a problem, kind of measure that out, and then do like 80% of that wingspan is how close, to keep the wires, and then they won't be able to get out, or get in either. They won't try to get in. Yeah, that's rough. The other thing that's nice is to add like a PVC pipe in your fish ponds outside. Get a black PVC pipe and just give them like a big one, or plumbing pipe that's corrugated, the ridged ones. You can get those, and you can just put that in the pond and then plant lilies or something around it if you want. But having that with a few holes cut in it so fish can quickly go boom down into it, that also will help if they have been trained to fear the birds. Now, training them, that is a whole other story, though. I don't know how it is they learn, because some fish just inherently know it. It seems like wild fish know just from growing up with that stimuli outside, whereas fish that you get at like a big box store don't really seem to know what's up. Gotta love tectonic plates. Going G, I agree. I don't know where that came from, but I agree. Time to search fry to try and figure out what these are. Oh, you got a mystery fry, huh? Right on. Mystery fries are always kind of fun to wait and see what your tank has given you back, or what a friend's plants have given you, or whatever. Nancy says, I thought about trying shiny wind chimes. Yeah, that's a good idea too. We have 170-gallon, lost 70-ish rainbow shiners. Oh no, man. Well, good for you. Good on you for having 70. The fact that you bred that many is so impressive. I mean, that's really good work. Let's see here. SC, I got a flipper aquarium magnifier. Great gadget. All is cool in Wales. All right. Well, right on. That's good. Hey, JTTR, thank you so much for the super sticker, brother. Really appreciate that. $9.99. Are you out your mind? Appreciate it. Every little bit helps, and every little help bits, or something. Kyle Brown, what's going on? Washing machine parts. Well, if you had gone on to Temu, you could get a clothing washer, a washer without the dryer, that's the size of a bread box, and I think you like crank it or something. I don't know. Saw an ad for a washing machine for clothes that was like seriously the size of a box that like a Spalding basketball would come in. Very bizarre. Must be for like really crowded apartments in like Hong Kong or Tokyo. I used to feed my bettas everything that flew into the house, and they loved it. Yeah, reduced capacity. I still let whatever falls into fish tanks fall into fish tanks. Last few nights we've had the doors open, and the bugs will go. They'll make a beeline straight for the fish room if the lights are still on. I saw another super chat. Where'd it go? Oh, it's JTGR again. What is going on? And Trust and Obey says LPPMP. LPMPMP. LPMPMP. It reminds me of the I have a pen. I have pineapple. Pineapple pen. I have an apple. I have a pen. Apple pen. Pineapple pen. Apple pen. Pineapple. Apple pen. I hope nobody knows what I'm talking about, and I'm just in my own head going wild now. How much can tannins? How many? Wait, JTTR. How much can you, baby shark, do, baby shark, do. How much can you tannins before it crashes? My Caradina tank looked like tea from almond Indian leaves. Hard question to answer. Now, you can put a whole lot in. If you get your pH, the pH is going to do it. Your the tannins probably won't be lethal. They just won't be. It'll be the pH, and the pH will drop to maybe 5, and that's where you're going to lose a lot of stuff. Under 6 really is where you start to lose stuff. So that's why you don't want to throw like handfuls of leaves into like a little 5-gallon or something. Catfish Craig, I don't start with me, okay? All right, Craig's Catfish Cave. If I wanted your crappy Coke, I would get a hold of Coca-Cola and say, Coca-Cola, send me some of your swill water. I wanna abuse myself, but I don't. So yeah. Wow, Nancy, you still have 200 shiners. Wow, nice work. Huge spawns. Put the first batch outside. Yeah, well, that is awesome, Nancy. Man, I want to come to Tennessee and see them in the wild in the Cahaba on Alabama and in southern Tennessee and northern Alabama. Yeah. Yes, Nano Aquarium guy. You've seen the ad apparently. It's a salad spinner and a clothes washer machine all in one go. Yes, that is correct. You've seen the same dumb ad, I guess, that I've seen. Let's see here. Andy, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I also wrote an email back, but thank you. It was very kind of you. And blonde Endlers sounds very fascinating. It'd be a cool line to play with. Any helpful hints on getting CPDs to breed? They aren't in a species-only tank, but they are in a moderately planted tank with only chili rasboras in with them. Yeah, that they should breed. They might be breeding, and you might just not be getting any fry. That's probably my guess. So what I would do, honestly, is I would get a fry pen and put all your rasboras in there. Then let your CPDs eat high protein like bloodworms, baby brine shrimp. Even get some infusoria going. Take a couple pieces of lettuce or broccoli or kale or whatever. Put that in a cup after you've either broiled it or microwaved it for like 15 seconds. Broiled it for, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes. And then put that in water and let it sit in like the windowsill in a cup for, say, a week. And you'll get all this foggy water in there. Well, if you've got that, you've got single cell organisms, paramecium, infusoria growing all over in that water. And the babies from celestial pearl danios and for that matter, the rasboras are going to be very, very tiny when they're born. And the eggs are very tiny. And the parents want to see, oh, look, there's food that my babies eat before they actually, let's get it on, baby. They want to see that there's food for the babies. Even if they're not going to eat it, them seeing that paramecium, that small bacterial or single cell organisms or whatever they may be, small insects, small crustaceans, that will trigger them. Hey, it's safe here. So then you can bulk them up. If you really want to amp up your chances, separate the males from females, and then put them back together, keeping those rasboras penned off for a week or two, and then you let them come together, do their thing for like 2 or 3 nights. Then take the adults, scoop them out, put them in with the Phoenix rasboras, and then you're gonna wait like, I don't know, months. That is how you're gonna get any number of fish, like a month to 2 months. And you should end up with a bunch of little baby fish showing up at some point. And they're small enough generally that they have a egg yolk, an egg sac that they can draw nourishment from after they hatch for the first couple days. Then they'll eat that paramecium and stuff. And then within 5 to 10 days of them being part of this universe, this dimension, they will start eating anything from like little triops, cyclops, baby daphnia, brine shrimp, vinegar eels, white worms or white nematodes. Those are all great foods for them, and even powdered food and stuff like that, like baby fish fry food. Savage critters, what's going on? Didn't I just say that? What's going on? No. Let's get it on. What's going on? Ah, baby. What's going on? I don't really know. Hey, baby, do you like my style? Don't you need a new edition? How many times do we have to tell you it's Pepper's Monsters, not Dr. Pepper? Okay, all right, Coral. All right, I hear you. Yes, first class fish. Some people do have. Well, your tank sounds to be not very buffered. You have probably very soft water or using RO water or something. But if you add a little bit of crushed coral, it'll stop that pH from swinging. If you don't want your substrate to be a group of swinging cats, then that's what you can do is you can put some crushed coral in. And I think that it's fine to do about a pound to half a pound, a cup or two of crushed coral per 10 gallons of substrate, or even 1 cup per 5 gallons of substrate, and then just kind of mix it into the top layer, whether that's sand or substrate, aqua soil type stuff. Doesn't really matter. Let's see here. Istanbul with Constantinople and Istanbul with Constantinople and Turks. Well, Istanbul with Constantinople and Istanbul. Maybe my bristlenose are eating the eggs. I thought it was CPDs eating them. Could be either, honestly. Anything where the eggs will fit in its mouth, chances are, bye-bye eggs. All right, yeah, Paradox Playground. Well, best of luck to you. I hope you can get them to breed. Crushed coral is great. It keeps my shells shiny. It keeps my snail shells shiny. I wanted it to be a personal testimony. Like, I love crushed coral. It makes my hair nice and shiny. Corey Miller, what's going on? Jessica Smith, what's going on? Crushed coral versus equilibrium. I like crushed coral more. Crushed coral, I feel like there's just less stuff in it. You don't need to worry about putzing around, and the acidity won't actually break it down because it's been formed in organic cellular matrices like coral, like shells, And that, interlocks into the crystalline patterns and really intricate bone-like patterns. And therefore, when the acidity of the water hits it that you're putting it in to buffer, that acidity will slowly work away at it. But rather than it just being a big old block of molecules stacked in like bricks and just eroding a little piece at a time, it erodes at kind of irregular intervals. And as it takes off a chunk, and a little piece might float out into the water, and then it's surrounded by water and it breaks it down because it's like a Swiss cheese piece of little coral and stuff. But it may not be that big of a difference. But personally, I just like the natural way. Savage critters. All right, I have a problem with dirted musk turtle tanks. Fungus has developed in the substrate. Yeah, that can be a bummer. Do you miss the Megalodon giveaway? Yeah, we had a dozen of them, and you missed it. Actually, we only had half a dozen. And actually, they ended up being axolotl toys with legs that are too long. And I didn't give any away. But other than that, yeah, you missed out on the giveaway. Is this a secret ad for Megalodon 2, for Meg 2? I can't tell you that. I can't not tell you that. Crushed coral versus crushed aragonite. Same thing? I don't know. I think I usually just buy crushed coral. Some of the coral has more carbonic structure to it, whereas the aragonite is pretty uniform because it's just been washed and just shaken like on a, the ocean shifting and sifting the sand into little pieces. And I think the coral, the irregularities of it, the different types of coral skeletons that little pieces are broken off of, the shells might have like a carbonic bond and maybe a little bit of potassium, a little bit of nitrate, something or other. There's just interesting organic forms that I think happen. Brody and your bettas, I'm glad you enjoy the pictures. I'm glad that the pictures amuse you, my friend. Asya Llewellyn, what's going on? Asya Llewellyn, you have me yelling everybody day. Oh, right, the fungus problem. So if you have an acidic tank, that'll get rid of them. If you cut the oxygen supply in the tank down, that usually gets rid of fungus, which is interesting because then you can tell the difference if it's a fungal bloom or if you're actually dealing with the bacteria slash cyanobacteria. And I would say, I would get furin or one of the antifungal medications and give that a go. They are pretty good at targeting specifically the actual fungal cells, which is nice because they're their own group. And while there are some helpful biote fungi and yeast and things that live in our fish's guts, on us, things like that, there's more harm than good in that diversity if you're having an outbreak of it to the point where it's taking over things. So yeah, everybody just follow me because we need a little bit of controversy because I feel so empty without me. Caitlin D, what's up? Hello, I was just wondering if you still kept any pygmy sunfish, if you have any tips for keeping them successfully. Yeah, I still keep them. They're all dead, but I keep them. They're all in the tank still. They just aren't living. No, they're fine. They're living. I have 2 tanks with them. I never see them. I mean, sometimes in the middle of the night, I'll come in with a flashlight and I'll see one, and it'll be like, yeah, as soon as it sees that I'm looking at it. I've gotten them to have a few babies. I've never had like a day where I go in and I'm like, oh my goodness, babies. It's always like Wait, I started with 4 and now there's like 8 of them. And they're all the same size still. Like, what gives? So I can't really say like, oh, this is how you successfully breed them and get a whole bunch. I haven't really ever had that happen. And in fact, most people I know who keep them that breed them and stuff, they don't breed at a really prolific rate. It's just they have a colony and maybe one year they start it and then the next year it doubles in size and the next year it doubles in size. And pretty soon when you start with 50, you're able to give away 10 or 20 pretty routinely. Yeah. What size do you keep them in? A 7.5 gallon heavily planted. You're considering putting in a pair of them. Yeah, I would say that would be fine. I keep them in a 2.5 gallon in the smallest case, and then a 5 and a 10. I've kept them in a flat 10. I also have like this really flat tank. Sorry guys, my back's hurting, so I'm gonna lean in, talk to you real intimate like. Buy now with only 6 easy payments of Megalodon 99. You too can be just as cool as me, which is hot. I am not very cool, as in chill, right now because it is freaking hot here. Jason Baker, what's up? Ended up with a colony of amazing, with Amazon people, Amazon puffers instead of Congos. Pretty excited. Thanks for humoring my request a while ago. Oh, yeah. Well, good on you, man. I'm really glad that you are able at least to you got something going. And honestly, I really like the Amazon puffers. I think they look really pretty and nice. They're way less maintenance than dealing with a Fahaka or the African Congo puffer. I think you did well. Those or figure eights or green spotteds are the ones that I gravitate towards. Am I right? I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't know. Am I crazy? Yes. First class fish, Silver Creek Aquatics. What's up, Mythical Forester? What is going on with you? Thorn Trap. What's up? Hey, I'm at the bottom of the chat. Thorn Trap. At the bottom of the chat. Thorn Trap. At the bottom of the chat. Thorn Trap. All right, guys. So, what else is going on in the world of fish? I'm going to Florida in September. I haven't bought my plane tickets yet, but I will tonight, hopefully. And, I want to know what y'all want to see from Florida. Do you want to see more trailer parks with crazy people and their Florida man attire? Do you want to see more tires with crazy fish living in them? Would the fungus medication be harmful for my turtles and fish? Probably not for your turtles or fish. I mean, the fungus medication is designed specifically for fungi on fish. Now, your turtle, I don't know, but generally turtles are tougher than fish as far as those sort of medications go. You may want to double check with a turtle expert, though, because I don't want to lead you astray. Yes, Nano Aquarium Guy, in September, I'm coming down and probably like the 13th because it's really cheap to fly on the 13th because everyone's superstitious apparently. And so I have my GoPro cameras and all that stuff now because of you guys, because of memberships, super chats, you guys watching the videos, liking, sharing, standing at intersections with signs that say fishery and spinning them around for me. All the things you guys go out there and do, I couldn't do it without you, but you guys have made it happen. I did a dumb thing. Alex did a dumb thing, and I rolled a newspaper up and smacked myself on the nose. But I chipped my phone up here, right by that selfie camera, which is nice. See that little break of glass right across there? Yeah, that's good. Now the thing is, I had a Surion when I broke my phone in Florida. If you guys recall, I was road tripping, and I had a phone up on the tailgate of a car. Walked away from the car with the keys in my pocket, and I didn't even know that tailgates in new cars. I mean, I've never owned a car that even has automatic doors or power windows, but the thing started closing, and it, at first it beeped a couple times, and I was like, oh, that's weird, I must be locking. Well, then it started closing, and it crunched the phone in there. So I'd already used that once in a year, and within a calendar year you could only use it once. So they're like, you're SOL, you can't buy the insurance or can't use the insurance. You can buy it, of course they do that, those bastard. Anyways, so now I got to figure out, like, can somebody fix this that's a wizard? And there's this weird, like, artifact up here of light that's shining through. And then there's also the fact that the phone doesn't work half the time. Like, when I'm going down the highway, it'll just go, no service. You go to hell, no service for you. But in any case, I want to get that fixed before I go to Florida, because I don't want to be in the Everglades and all of a sudden just like, no help for you is coming. Are you going to be near Bishop's Guppy Farm? I don't know where that is, but I would like to know if I were able to know what you know, I would like to take advantage of that. Are you any plastic flamingos in Florida? Well, so the idea is, I think Grant and I, Grant Eater of the Garden of Eater, he and I are going to try to go down to the Everglades at least a day or two, and do some, peacock bass, knife fish, python kind of hunting and collecting at night. What is going on here? Do I have a cut or a bruise, or was that dirt, or is it a vein? I don't even know. So many problems, so little time, so many. I don't know. I'm turning into Harry Potter. Alex, can you wear flamingo sunglasses and a flamingo themed outfit for your Florida videos? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we could do that. This is some bull shark going on right here. Going to stank Florida again, but not to the Keystone Clash. Well, Patty, the reason I'm going to Florida again is because of my chompers. I have to go again. They're putting in the ceramic ones. Yes, I would love to catch some pike top minnows down in Florida. I'd love to catch more jewel cichlids, even though I caught so many of them last time. I now know, like, an area, part of town in Tampa, where they are more common than gambusia, than freaking mosquito fish. But yeah, catch a live. Yes. Anyhow, you go get them TCs. Yeah. So yeah, I think we'll be down in the southern part of California at least 1 or 2 days, but mostly I'm going to be in Central again. My wife was supposed to come. I booked a hotel for us and everything. It's our anniversary, and now she tells me like 3 days ago, oh, I'm not going. And I'm speaking in Cape Canaveral, and I'm speaking in Tampa, and that's sandwiched. Then I have to be at the dentist midweek up an hour and a half north of Tampa. And I was going to stay with my friend who I love, and he's a great dude and everything, but he's got another guy living at the house. So I might be sleeping on like a hammock or out on his little lanai. Replace your teeth with gambusia. Oh my God, that is nightmare fuel. Just all those teeth, like what's his name? Squidward? Not Squidward. Is that his name? The guy from Futurama. Gumbercules. Is it just, no, not the professor. Can't remember it. Guys, Zoidberg, thank you. Thorntrap, you rock. You wanna rock? You rock my socks off. So, guys, I love you. In other groups, I feel like there's always questions coming in. You guys know that you can just bug me all week long and I'll answer the majority of comments in my community tab. I think that's why I don't get as much of the like, oh, what do I do with X, Y, and Z questions in the live streams? But that's okay. As long as you guys are having fun. Do you ever grow tired of with some fish or any particular aquariums? Oh yes, of course. Sometimes you're like, why am I keeping this guppy line going that I've had for 15 years? And like, you're like, here's your food, stupid guppies. I hate you. And then like a month later, you'll see one that just looks exactly like the one you dreamed about 15 years ago. It's come to fruition, and everything's better all of a sudden. Shady Grady, I missed a question. Thanks for letting me know I missed it. Did you address me? Because I didn't see where'd it go. Oh, yeah, you did. Fluval 3.0 light on heavily planted 60-gallon tank, and my crypts are all doing badly, melting and thinning. What light settings should they be? Blue and red are 20%. Who actually has a good video on that is Bentley. He's played a lot with the settings. Now, honestly, I think if you just put on one of the default settings, you're going to be okay as well with the dimmer schedule in the day and like whatever it is, 10 hours of light exposure. I think you'll be okay with that. But yeah, if they're melting and they're less than 4 months old, they've only been in the tank for 4 months or less, it's probably because they were immersed. They were grown above the water and they're just melting, and you're going to lose a good chunk of them, / the roots are going to be all that's left, and you're going to have to just work with whatever's left from the roots, cut whatever's dying and turning clear or mushy, just cut that away, get it out of there so it doesn't build up in your aquarium, maybe get some flow around it. But you can burn crypts if you have too much light. That Fluval 3.0 is like on full blast. If it's on 100% on any of the white or soft white or warm white or cool white setting profile, and it's coming straight down only like 1.5 feet or a foot onto the crypts, it is possible that they were grown in lower light and that is going to burn them. But that usually starts at the tip of the plant, and it's brown and yellow, and then it turns to clear as it dies. My guess is that it's either that they're transitioning, or that if that's not it, you could also be experiencing a chain reaction of one plant, like say duckweed or valsinaria have been known to do it. Also, if you're using any anti-algae liquids, so things like Flourish XL, that has been known to have liquid carbon type stuff in it, which is glutaraldehyde, essentially, the way it breaks down. Same with like carbon from the Aquarium Co-op, liquid carbon, or from most places, liquid carbon. That has been known to also, once a plant is melting or has any broken spots in it, you can sometimes, by adding that liquid carbon, end up making things worse and melting away your crypts, your val. There's a number of plants that are sensitive to it for one reason or another. Now, those are the things that I would say, but I don't know your whole situation, obviously. But I hope one of those things maybe rings true as to what is going on. Let's see here. All right, Shady Grady, I got your question. Kind all night. How to manage a pair of killifish, Fundulopanchex gardneri in a 20 long with a female apisto and a cardinal and cardinal tetras, but one tetra disappeared and some have nipped fins. What should I do? Well, I like your thinking in that the tetras are going to be a dither between those two species. Fundulopanchax is going to hang out at the top of the water. I would say beware that a 20 long is not very deep. And so even though it hangs out, if you got a normal 20, you'd probably be better off with that combo because your apisto is feeling invaded, even if the fish swims over it. If the Panchax, Fundulopanchax swims over it, it's like, you're in my territory, get out of here. And it has like a conniption fit of get out of here. And the same could be true for your killifish. I would say the other thing you could do is you could make some sort of a little diagonal, like whether it's glass or pieces of driftwood or just plant debris and stuff, and kind of break up the tank. If you're looking at the whole thing, just put a slash through it on one side, aquascapey wise somehow, and maybe floating plants on one side, and then see if the killies like that or not. But if they keep fighting like that and they're doing damage to each other, and then they're not, and they're killing your little fish, maybe you need a quicker dither fish. That could be another thing. Or maybe it's just too small of a tank to have such a quick little top minnow and killifish versus the apistos that you've got that can be pretty temperamental. But breaking up lines of sight is going to help. Having a little more flow. And then you're doing the right thing with the dithers. It's just, it's a bummer when you see dithers getting all beat up and stuff. So that's I guess I hope maybe that helps. Jose, thank you so much for the super chat, coming out of left field with the super chat, maybe right field. I don't know what kind of field he came out of. A cornfield? Maybe he came out of a cornfield. Guys, I am going to wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. Peace and justice for mankind. Anybody listen to Prodigy in the late 80s, early 90s, like as they were forming as a band? That first album with Charlie. Charlie says, meow, when you're going out, you should bring a friend. Charlie says, dun, 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 the old like piano Manchester rave music from the 80s. Thanks, Shady Graces. Thanks, everyone. Pretty good. Before I change the light, I only use aquarium fertilizer, and the tank is 20 inches. Oh, 20 inches deep. Okay. I am just not used to having so much control of my light. Yeah, it is pretty wild. With the red and the blue, there's lots of different thoughts online. I would focus on making the light look good for your eye so that the tank looks realistic. The colors look true to your eye. They don't look like a yellowy indoor tint or too blue like a weird surgery room color. And I would say that setting, if you check it, it inherently will probably have the properties you're looking for. Brody, Fish Street, psychosomatic, getting insane. I cannot breathe. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Pom, 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 ch. Pom, 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 ch. Pom, 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 ch. I haven't finished the new fish acclamation yet. You'll get there. You'll get there. Zoidberg. Is John very far behind, or are you just throwing out things that we like? Because I like that too. Guys, I'm going to hit the old dusty trail until we meet again, my friend. I don't know where, don't know why, don't know when, But my wife is home and my life is gone, and it's hot outside and the door's open wide. So I'm going to cool the fish down and let the neighbor's dog out. Thanks for coming by, which took a while. We had a smile. What a guy. Say goodbye for next time on Friday around 4:30. I'll see you later. Oh, my wife is not amused. No, sir, I am not amused. I do not need your antics tonight. That's what I can hear her saying. She worked late. She's a hard worker. All right, guys, I will see you in the videos. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for coming by if you're a rewatcher. Thank you so much, super chatters. Thank you so much, lower level chatters, you chatterboxes. Thank you, Patty. I'm glad I had Patty here as my support spirit animal. And all the rest of y'all were secondary support spirit animals. So thank you. Stay cool. Scion Mouth. Hello. Stay cool. Stay in school. Z of fish. Much love. Good night, and I'll see you later. Alligator. In a while, alligator. Why did the alligator cross the road?